How's it going, everybody? So let's continue, please. In Luke 11, we do get into, I think, one verse of 12. But in fact, you stand as witnesses who agree with what your ancestors did. They killed the prophets, and you join in their crime by building the monuments. This is what God in his wisdom said about you. I will send prophets and apostles to them, but they will kill some and persecute the others. Telling the truth is never pleasant. As a result, this generation will be held responsible for the murder of all of God's prophets from the generation of the world, from the murder of Abel to the murder of Zechariah, who was killed between the altar and the sanctuary. Yes, it will certainly be charged against this generation. What sorrow awaits you, experts in religious law, for you remove the key to knowledge from the people. You don't enter the kingdom yourselves, and you prevent the others from entering. Of course, that's all God's plan. All sheep are born lost, but sheep are born sheep, goats are born goats. As Jesus was leaving, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees became hostile and tried to provoke him with many questions. They wanted to trap him into saying something they could use against him. Meanwhile, the crowds grew until thousands were milling about and stepping on each other, and Jesus turned first to the disciples and warned them, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees, their hypocrisy. So that was a very watered down version. I think we get the idea. The blood of all the prophets, which was shed from the foundation of the world, may be required of this generation. So, a lot more poetry in the King James. Woe unto you, lawyers, for you have taken away the key of knowledge. Ye entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in ye hindered. And as he, so you can tell that's definitely written different. And as he said these things unto them, the scribes and the Pharisees began to argue vehemently to provoke him to speak many things, laying wait for him, seeking to catch him with something out of his mouth, so they might accuse him. In the meantime, when they were gathered together, an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trode one upon another, and he began to say unto his disciples, first of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. That's very good. But when, the New Living was just fine, of course. Just very watered down. So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid, and fell upon my face. And he said unto me, understand, O Son of Man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. Now, as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face toward the ground, but he touched me, and set me upright. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation, and at the appointed, for at the time appointed the end shall be. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the kings of Media and Persia, and the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, wherefore stood up our four kingdoms, shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. And in the later time of their kingdom, where the transgressors are come to the full, a king, this is the Antichrist, of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. Why? Because he has Satan has taken over his body, using his body as an avatar. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Again, make war with the saints, shall wear out the saints. That's 721 and 725 of Daniel. And Trump Tower's 5 multiple addresses are from 721 through 725. A perfect match of that entire passage. Of the horn as the Antichrist. And a trump is a horn, and Jesus said he would be here in his own name, John 5:43. And through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. Now this is all when he returns as Antichrist after World War III. And by peace shall destroy many, and he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. All right, love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.